Hi everybody, Jason Qualia here from Dunning News. Just wanted to do a recap on yesterday's Carwash meeting. Alderman Exposato held a meeting yesterday at Shabona Park at 6 p.m. To discuss a proposed car wash planned at 3649 Harlem. In attendance there were about 50 or so skeptical residents, many who lived right across the street and behind the actual development, people who really were going to be affected by this project. To present were Alderman Sposato, Bob, the proposed business owner of the car wash, who currently owns a couple Shell gas stations, but it wasn't clear if he owns any freestanding car washes. There was Nick Fitkiss, zoning attorney for Samuel VP Banks Law Firm, and Javier Milan of KLOA. He was a traffic engineer. The Alderman opened the meeting about promising to correct any misinformation that may be floating around the community about the project, and announced an upcoming fundraiser for stray animal rescue. Basically, the Alderman said, hey, Baker Square went bust. Listen, there's a vacant lot there. They're asking $1.5 million, and no one's knocking down my door asking to develop the property. So, people have been telling Nick that they want to see a restaurant there. Nick replied by saying, hey, listen, everyone's struggling to stay in business. Mama Luna's, Bartucci's, BG's, A's Restaurant, Capone's, and AJ's Crazy Kitchen both went under. Restaurants are not doing well in this area. Now, one resident did interject and said, hey, Nick, listen, all the restaurants aren't doing bad. Look at Forno Rosso. Forno Rosso's doing really well. And, Nick agreed and said that, yeah, Forno Rosso just opened another location in the ward over on Lawrence and Cumberland. The Alderman then wanted to state very clearly, he said, I am not in support or against of this. He said, I'm just bringing this to the people. He said, I've had many meetings with Bob and the attorney. We've gone back and forth on different drafts of this plan, and, we keep editing the plan so it's a best fit for the community. Then Nick Fitkiss of the Banks Law Firm went ahead and started. He said the site is 27,000 square feet. He said they're proposing a zoning change from B3 to C1. He said it'll be in operation from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. He said typical volume will be between 250 to 300 cars a day. He said this car wash isn't a destination. He said people driving up and down Harlem are going to see it and pull in to wash their car. People aren't just going to be traveling to this car wash. Mr. Fitkiss promised that there's only going to be one entrance on Harlem Avenue. There's not going to be an entrance on Waveland. There's only going to be an entrance on Harlem. It's only going to be accessible by northbound lane. So if you're coming north, you can turn into it, and if you're exiting, you have to go on into the northbound lane. He promises that the perimeter is going to be completely fenced in and there's going to be nice landscaping. He feels that, the zoning attorney feels that this car wash fits in kind with the type of developments in the area. He said there's a gas station on the corner of Harlem and Addison, and there's a mechanic shop next to that. So because those two buildings are there, he feels that this car wash is perfectly acceptable because there's similar businesses like it. Next, Bob came up. Bob's the idea man behind this. Once again, he has a couple gas stations in Niles and Schaumburg. Nick Sposato said that he's a successful businessman. However, he wasn't very forthcoming with some information. Bob did think that this car wash would be a big asset to the community, and he guarantees it will be clean and run properly. The Alderman was quick to clarify that there would be more than just one or two employees. Actually, there'd be 5 employees, 5 full-time, 5 part-time, not union, just making $15 an hour. Mr. Fitkiss also said that there would, they talked to the Alderman about hiring from within the community, and they would potentially hold the job fair to hire people to work at the car wash. So Bob continued on about the car wash. It'd be they'd have 3 different options. They'd have a $3 car wash, an $8 car wash, or a $15 car wash. Now, it doesn't matter whether you get the $3 or the $15 car wash. It's always going to be a 2-minute process to go through the car wash. So whether you get the 2 or the 15, it's not going to back up traffic. They were very clear about that. Bob said, I don't foresee that this will affect traffic on Harlem Avenue. He feels only 12 times a year will the place really be busy where it may have any type of impact on traffic. Finally, the last to speak was Javier. He's the traffic engineer from KLOA. He said, based on preliminary studies that they've done, there's about 22,000 cars that transit on Harlem on a daily basis. Now, these figures are from the Department of Transportation, which a traffic study has not been done since 2017. Now, later on, I asked him the question. I said, hey, listen, are you guys going to get the traffic study done before the proposed zoning change? He said, the IDOT and CDOT require that traffic study be done, but there's no guarantee that it'll be before they go for zoning approval. So it really says that there's not going to be much of a check and balance in the way of traffic. Nick closed the presentation, said that he would not be taking any sides on the matter. However, he doesn't want a vacant lot. So now public comment.